Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another segment of Now in ENC. If you haven't tuned in to Now in C before, it's a new segment here at WNCT where we dive into relevant and recent topics here in the East, some events going on, and we dive into those with special guests who are a part of those events, a part of those programs, and talk about what's coming up here in the East, what you can expect, what you can look forward to. So today I am joined by Miss Rochelle Smallwood. Hello, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm so happy to have you join us. Rochelle is the founder and will be the program facilitator for a new program here in Greenville called Lost and Found. So, Rochelle, for those who have never heard about this before, this new program, what is Lost and Found all about?
So, Lost and Found is a self esteem program for girls that I developed. It's clinically based because I'm a licensed clinical social worker. So, I've used some of the knowledge of working with teens throughout the years and some of the interventions that I've used in the past that have been successful in order to develop this group. It's also based on a children's book that I wrote about 10 years ago called Lost and Found Journey to Self Discovery. And so I built a workbook and a program based off of that children's book, trying to build a self esteem mainly among adolescent females.
That's amazing. And why do you think it's so important, especially that age group? You said adolescent girls. Why is that age group you think so important to build the self-esteem at that age? Why is this so important to you to create this program for these girls?
So, just in my experience in working with young adult women and adolescent girls, adolescence is a pivotal time where we are kind of developing our sense of self. And most of the time, we develop that sense of self based on our environment and who we are around. And some things are not the best environments for positive growth. And it, impacts our self esteem at that age. Even working with young adult women, a lot of the issues that they develop, depression, anxiety, trauma, is a result of self esteem issues in that age.
Definitely. And what are some of the ways that with this program Lost and Found that you guys hope to kind of combat these self-esteem issues and build that or create those building blocks for these young girls?
So, one of the most important things, aside from the clinical interventions, I believe is like fostering connectedness and relationships. In my experience with doing groups in the past, it was just fascinating to see how, shy girls or shy students built a relationship and a sense of community with their group members who were in the group with them. And so that carried on into school, and I would see them wave across the parking lot to each other. And I think that aided in building their self-esteem too, like having a sense of community and feeling like they're not alone and having a safe space to learn skills, learn coping skills, learn communication skills, and be in a non-judgmental zone and doing that.
I love that. I really wish there was something like this. When I was growing up in Northern Virginia, this sounds amazing and just a great way to build a community of strong young women in here in Greenville. So for a young girl who, maybe wants to sign up for this program, wants to get involved, what can they expect when they show up that first day? What are some of the things that they can expect to be doing or learning?
So typically in my first group sessions, I use that to do a little bit of housekeeping. And by housekeeping, I mean we kind of establish group rules, what rules we want to establish as a group, things that are allowed, things that are not allowed, introducing ourselves, but also discussing like expectations and problem solving through those expectations because group sessions are 9 sessions for the entire program, and participants are expected to attend each program or each group session. And at the end, they will graduate from the program. So there'll be a ceremony for them to graduate. So those are the type of things that we typically discuss in the first session.
That's awesome. And what would you say, obviously this is your program. This came from your heart, your soul. So what to you is your favorite aspect or the most important aspect of this program? Is there one activity that you do with these girls or that you plan to do with these girls that, really stands out to you, that you say to yourself, this is going to make such a difference. This is so important.
Yeah. So one of the demonstrations that I do in one of the sessions is called the weighty luggage. And so I use a lot of symbolism in my program as well as my book. And so in the book, the luggage stands for your internal self. And the things inside of the luggage are the things that we carry. And so I point out to the girls that some of the things that we carry are just too heavy. Things like low self-esteem, negative opinions of ourselves, past trauma. Some of those things are way too heavy and they impede on our journey. And so the reason why that demonstration is so important, because when we get into the section where we talk about core beliefs, I use that luggage to unpack core beliefs with the girls and unpack the things that aren't really serving them so that they can learn how to change those thoughts and change those beliefs that are holding them back.
Wow, I love that. And I love how you said, things like that impede on your journey. I think that's just a beautiful way to phrase that. And I think my last question for you, I'm going to go ahead and pull up the flyer as well for this program. But, when does this start? When can people start signing up, getting involved? When can they expect to see those first sessions starting?
So people can sign up as early as today. My program launch is on July 31st, and that's just simply me announcing it to the community and community leaders, letting them know that it is out there. But on my website, girls can go ahead and sign up and get on the waiting list. Another thing that I was doing in order to give back as a result of like COVID and everything that has happened, I wanted to invite nonprofit organizations to come out to the event for a chance to win one free group cycle for girls in their program. So it could be a school, it could be any program that works with you.
That is so awesome. I just love this program. I love this idea. And I love that, you came up with this. And this, like I said, it came from your heart and soul to create this self-esteem building program for young girls in our area. I think this is so amazing. And I'm so glad to have you on here so we can push this out to the community and let people know that, hey, this is going on. Get involved. Come join us. So I want to thank you so much, Rochelle, for taking the time out of your morning to speak with us about this amazing program you're launching. And thank you guys for joining us for this Now in ENC segment. You can check out more information on this program, Lost and Found. That's going to be linked below, as well as Rochelle's website. So again, Rochelle, thank you so much. I really appreciate your time today. And we will see you guys next time on the next edition of Now in ENC.